Welcome to www.thecanadiantest.com, your trusted resource for Canadian Citizenship Test preparation. In this video, we will present 20 new unique questions drawn directly from the official guide, Discover Canada: The Rights and Responsibilities of Citizenship. Each question in this practice test video comes with a detailed explanation to enhance your understanding. Please watch the video continuously for the best learning experience. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Let's get started.
Question 1. Which historical document is known as the Great Charter of Freedoms? Option A, Bill of Rights. Option B, Magna Carta. Option C, Constitution Act. Option D, Charter of Rights and Freedoms. The correct answer is Magna Carta. Explanation: the Magna Carta, signed in 1215, is considered the Great Charter of Freedoms and marks the beginning of an 800-year tradition of ordered liberty for Canadians. Question 2. Which Canadian law source is derived from the French Civil Code? Option A, English common law. Option B, Parliament laws. Option C, provincial legislatures' laws. Option D, Civil Code of France. The correct answer is Civil Code of France. Explanation: Canadian law includes the Civil Code of France, alongside English common law, laws passed by Parliament, and the unwritten constitution inherited from Great Britain. Question 3. What is the right to challenge unlawful detention by the state called? Option A, habeas corpus. Option B, due process. Option C, legal recourse. Option D, fair trial. The correct answer is habeas corpus. Explanation: habeas corpus is a right originating from English common law that allows individuals to challenge unlawful detention by the state. Question 4. Which freedom includes the right to express opinions through the press? Option A, freedom of peaceful assembly. Option B, freedom of conscience and religion. Option C, freedom of thought, belief, opinion, and expression. Option D, freedom of association. The correct answer is freedom of thought, belief, opinion, and expression. Explanation: freedom of thought, belief, opinion, and expression encompasses freedom of speech and of the press, allowing individuals to express their opinions. Question 5. What does the freedom of peaceful assembly allow citizens to do? Option A, form religious groups. Option B, assemble for protests and gatherings. Option C, publish newspapers. Option D, vote in elections. The correct answer is assemble for protests and gatherings. Explanation: freedom of peaceful assembly grants citizens the right to gather and protest peacefully without fear of reprisal or arrest. Question 6. From which country did Canada inherit its unwritten constitution? Option A, France. Option B, United States. Option C, Great Britain. Option D, Germany. The correct answer is Great Britain. Explanation: Canada's unwritten constitution is part of its legal framework inherited from Great Britain, alongside other legal sources. Question 7. Which right allows Canadians to believe in and practice any religion? Option A, freedom of conscience and religion. Option B, freedom of thought. Option C, freedom of expression. Option D, freedom of assembly. The correct answer is freedom of conscience and religion. Explanation: freedom of conscience and religion allows Canadians to believe in and practice any religion of their choice without interference. Question 8. What historical tradition do Canadians' rights and freedoms date back to? Option A, 500 years. Option B, 1,000 years. Option C, 600 years. Option D, 800 years. The correct answer is 800 years. Explanation: Canadians' rights and freedoms date back to an 800-year-old tradition starting from the signing of the Magna Carta in 1215. Question 9. What kind of laws are passed by the provincial legislatures in Canada? Option A, federal laws. Option B, local laws. Option C, provincial laws, option D, municipal laws. The correct answer is provincial laws. Explanation: provincial legislatures in Canada have the authority to pass laws that apply specifically within their respective provinces. Question 10. Freedom of association allows Canadians to do what? Option A, join political parties. Option B, speak freely. Option C, practice religion. Option D, challenge detentions. The correct answer is join political parties. Explanation: freedom of association allows Canadians to join various groups, organizations, and political parties freely. Question 11. Which document secures the tradition of ordered liberty for Canadians? Option A, Bill of Rights. Option B, Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Option C, Constitution Act. Option D, Magna Carta. The correct answer is Magna Carta. Explanation: the Magna Carta secured the tradition of ordered liberty, forming the foundation of legal rights and freedoms for Canadians. Question 12. What are the main sources of Canadian law? Option A, federal laws only. Option B, English common law, Civil Code of France, laws by Parliament and provincial legislatures, and unwritten constitution. Option C, international laws. Option D, customary laws. The correct answer is English common law, Civil Code of France, laws by Parliament and provincial legislatures, and unwritten constitution. Explanation: Canadian law comprises multiple sources, including English common law, Civil Code of France, laws passed by Parliament and provincial legislatures, and an unwritten constitution from Great Britain. Question 13. Which freedom ensures the right to publish and communicate ideas through media? Option A, freedom of peaceful assembly. Option B, freedom of conscience. Option C, freedom of expression. Option D, freedom of association. The correct answer is freedom of expression. Explanation: freedom of expression includes the right to communicate ideas through the media, allowing for free press and dissemination of opinions. Question 14. Who is responsible for passing laws that apply to all of Canada? Option A, Parliament of Canada. Option B, municipal councils. Option C, provincial legislatures. Option D, international bodies. The correct answer is Parliament of Canada. Explanation: the Parliament of Canada is responsible for passing federal laws that apply to the entire nation. Question 15. What is an example of an inherent right from English common law in Canada? Option A, freedom of speech. Option B, habeas corpus. Option C, right to vote. Option D, freedom of religion. The correct answer is habeas corpus. Explanation: habeas corpus is a right derived from English common law, allowing individuals to challenge unlawful detention by the state. Question 16. In which year was the Canadian Constitution amended to include the Charter of Rights and Freedoms? Option A, 1972. Option B, 1952. Option C, 1962. Option D, 1982. The correct answer is 1982. Explanation: the Canadian Constitution was amended in 1982 to entrench the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, highlighting the importance of fundamental rights and freedoms for Canadians. Question 17. Which phrase marks the beginning of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms? Option A, we the people. Option B, in God we trust. Option C, whereas Canada is founded upon principles that recognize the supremacy of God and the rule of law. Option D, freedom and justice for all. The correct answer is, whereas Canada is founded upon principles that recognize the supremacy of God and the rule of law. Explanation: the Charter begins with this phrase, emphasizing the importance of religious traditions and the rule of law in Canadian society. Question 18. What does the phrase supremacy of God and the rule of law in the Charter highlight? Option A. Religious traditions and legal framework. Option B. Military strength. Option C. Economic stability. Option D. Technological advancement. The correct answer is religious traditions and legal framework. Explanation: this phrase underlines the significant role of religious traditions and the legal framework in upholding the dignity and worth of individuals in Canadian society. Question 19. Which document within the Canadian Constitution guarantees fundamental rights and freedoms? Option A. Magna Carta. Option B. Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Option C. Bill of Rights. Option D. Constitution Act. The correct answer is Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Explanation: the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, entrenched in the Constitution in 1982, guarantees fundamental rights and freedoms to all Canadian citizens. Question 20. What sources contribute to the rights and responsibilities of Canadian citizens? Option A. Only Canadian law. Option B. Economic policies. Option C. International law. Option D. History and Canadian law. The correct answer is history and Canadian law. Explanation: the rights and responsibilities of Canadian citizens come from their history and are secured by Canadian law, reflecting shared traditions, identity, and values.
Thanks for watching. We hope you answered all the questions correctly and this practice test helped you prepare for your Canadian Citizenship Test. Remember to check out www.thecanadiantest.com for more free resources and practice tests. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more helpful videos and information. Good luck on your journey to Canadian Citizenship Test.